Howdy YouTubes, hope you're all having a great weekend so far. I thought I'd try something new as this weekend is WrestleMania 40, so I thought I'd give you a short, or at least I'm going to try to make this short preview / prediction video. The WWE is like the hottest that it's been in quite a while due to various reasons, but probably mostly due to the storylines that fans have gotten attached to, as well as we've had some big returns such as The Rock coming back. But regardless, many people are excited for this year's Mania. I'm going to talk about each match now, not necessarily in order, like order of placement on the card, but more so like in order of my excitement. So let's get started. Let's see, like we got, let's see. So we have Bobby Lashley along with the Street Profits, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins against the Final Testament, the team of Karrion Kross and AOP. And it seems like these two factions have been feuding for like a long time, but we haven't actually seen them cut too many promos. It's been mostly like, interference, attacks, backstage and whatnot. I think I'm going to go with Karrion Kross and AOP on this one. For me, what's most interesting to see is if after Bobby Lashley's team loses, if Montez Ford, becomes full-on heel and kind of starts his own career as a singles competitor instead of a tag team. As that's something myself and lots of other fans have been looking forward to. Let's see. Next, let's look at the match between Damage Control and Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. Now, Jade Cargill is this new wrestler from that WWE got from AEW. She's been marketed as a huge star, and she's been had some amazing moments so far. In her brief career in WWE, from the Royal Rumble till now. Lots of people were kind of hoping that she'd be going against Bianca at this Mania. Obviously, that's not happening. But I think the team of Jade Cargill, Bianca, and Naomi, they definitely take this match easily. I think. WWE's not gonna make the Jade Cargill, their new star look weak and give her a loss. They're winning this one for sure. Let's see what else we got. Oh, how about? We have a 6-team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles. It's the teams of the champions Judgment Day, which is Finn Balor, Damian Priest, against DIY, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, some of Triple H's favorites from NXT. We have Team Awesome Truth, which is The Miz and R-Truth, the New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, A-Town Down Under, the heel faction of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. For all of you who don't know, heels, that's a term for, the bad guy in wrestling, whereas the good guy's called the baby face. And the last team is the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Let's see. What's interesting about this match is so Judgment Day has both titles, 2 tag team titles, and in this match, they're going to have each title, above the ring. So, I think this is the way that the WWE is going to split up the tag titles, which I think they should, because at this point, there's so many, good tag teams that, each brand, Raw and SmackDown should have their own champion. I think the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate are going to win one title, give SmackDown their own tag team champion. For the other belt, I'm not quite as confident, but I think I'll go with Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth. 2 veterans that I think WWE is going to give them a good WrestleMania moment this time, even though they're definitely more of a comedic tag team. Following up that, let's go with the tag team of Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Now, of course, last year we had Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, go against each other in, a father-son match. Rey Mysterio got the win in that match, but in this one, I'm going with Dominic's team. I think him and Santos are definitely going to get the job done. I think the bigger question is what happens after. I don't know if... Because before last night's SmackDown, it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee before Dragon Lee got taken out and injured last night. So I think I'm looking forward to see if Andrade turns on Rey Mysterio, or I know some fans are already thinking if Carlito was the one who injured Dragon Lee. So I think it might be a bad night for Rey Mysterio, depending on what happens between losing the match and having his team, the LWO, turn on him. But we'll see what happens. Let's see, what else do we have? You know what? I think I'm going to go with the brother versus brother match, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. Now, it seems like every 15 years or so, WWE puts on a brother versus brother match at WrestleMania, going from Bret Hart versus Owen Hart at WrestleMania 10 to Jeff and Matt Hardy at WrestleMania 25. And now we have Jimmy and Jey Uso, real life brothers going against each other. Now, main event, Jey Uso is definitely the hotter, most popular wrestler right now. Jimmy's kind of done some, more work with the Bloodline still, the villainous team. I think Jimmy would benefit more from a win here, but I think they're going to give Jey the win on this one. Of course, expect some interference from the Solo Sikoa and maybe other members of the Bloodline in this one. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Oh, now here's a match here's a feud that's kind of quietly been going under the radar, but it's really been picking up, including a little brawl at WrestleMania World or the weekend the other day. LA Knight and AJ Styles. Now, I know lots of fans were hoping LA Knight would have a belt by now or have a title match, but AJ is one of the best wrestlers of all time, really. So I think this would be a good chance for LA to showcase his moves. LA Knight's going to win this one, so yeah, it should be a good match, though. Yeah. Let's see, what else? Let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship between the longest reigning IC champ Gunther against Sami Zayn. Now, the lead up for this is there's been doubt of whether Sami can compete, whether or not he can compete against someone like Gunther. Chad Gable, another wrestler who has lost to Gunther numerous times for the title, has been kind of coaching up Sami. They've been going with kind of a Rocky 3 storyline of Sami being Rocky and Chad being Apollo Creed, trying to train him to defeat the champion, in this case Gunther. I was kind of going back and forth on this one lately, but okay, so I think there's two things that are going to happen. One, they're going to go with the storyline of where Chad Gable, out of jealousy, kind of cost Sami the match, which I hope they don't do. I'm going to go with more that with Chad's, kind of training in the storyline that Sami's going to be able to, triumph over Gunther and take the title and end his record-setting reign. Yes, I hope that's what happened. I really hope they don't do the kind of cheap storyline of having Chad cost Sami the match, but we'll see what happens. Now let's look at the triple threat match for the United States Championship. We got Logan Paul, who's a champion, of course famous from YouTube, against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Now, depending on what happens with Sami and the IC Championship, I think that could determine what happens here. If Sami wins, then I think Kevin Owens actually wins the title, and this one takes the belt from Logan Paul to give us a cool moment of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, best friends, both winning titles on the same WrestleMania, not on the same night, but still give us a cool moment of the two best friends kind of sharing their victories together. If Sami loses, though, I kind of think that doesn't spell good news for KO. In that case, I think Logan Paul retains. But yes. let's look at the match for the WWE Women's Championship now. Io Sky against Bayley, who won the Royal Rumble this year. And, it's been a long time since Bayley's actually had a championship. The last few years, she's kind of been building up other teams, of course, Damage Control before their fallout. And this storyline was actually super hot for a while before WWE kind of took them off TV for a bit, probably to direct more attention to the main event matches later. But regardless, it's Bayley's time. I think she gets the job done here. Of course, expect interference from Damage Control. Maybe we'll see Jade Cargill, Bianca, and Naomi show up to give Bayley some backup against Damage Control. Make sure, turn the tide in her favor. But yeah, Bayley, she takes this one. Let's see. Now the other women's championship match is champion Rhea Ripley against Becky Lynch for the women's world championship. I kind of went back and forth. I kind of changed my mind on this one. At first, I honestly thought that Becky was going to take the belt from Rhea. But the last couple of weeks, I've kind of changed my mind. I'm going with Rhea to retain. Of course, she's been a champion for a year at this point, winning the title against Charlotte Flair last year at WrestleMania. But I think there's still some different storylines they can use for Rhea. I kind of think that the Judgment Day might be ending, so I think Rhea might be going on kind of just like a singles run by herself without any Judgment Day involvement. And I think there's still some big matches for her to do, whether it's against Bianca Belair maybe down the line, because WWE's already announced they're going to have a new draft upcoming, where superstars and women and men's wrestlers change brands, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I like Rhea in this one now. Let's see if I missed anything else before. Let's talk about the match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Champion Seth freaking Rollins against Drew McIntyre. Now, of course, Seth, he's been the World Heavyweight Champ since they introduced the title last year at, I think it was Night of Champions last year. Don't quote me on that though. But yeah, Drew McIntyre, he's been super hot lately on some of the best character work of his career as a heel. And it seems like he's really enjoying, his character. He's been on fire both in the ring, on TV, and on social media. It's been interesting to see Drew McIntyre become somewhat of a meme lord on social media. But I know there was some talk about whether or not Drew McIntyre, re-signed with WWE, but WWE's already announced a Clash of the Castle in Scotland, Drew McIntyre's home country, so I think he's definitely re-signed at this point, and I expect him to take the belt from Seth. Of course, everyone's going to be looking at CM Punk, who's been involved in feuds with both men, who unfortunately is injured, so he's not going to be able to perform at this WrestleMania, but he's going to do commentary for this match. I expect them to kind of give us something to look forward to between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk down the line. I don't know if Punk's going to be healthy in time for Clash of the Castle, but maybe we get our Drew and CM Punk match for the title at SummerSlam, but we'll be seeing. Let's see, I think all that's left now is the two main events. So let's look at Saturday night's main event first, which is The Rock and Roman Reigns, WWE Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes. My boy got the Cody Rhodes shirt on right for this video. And Seth Rollins. Now, the story of Roman Reigns and the Bloodline's been probably it's been the biggest storyline in wrestling in a long time, probably and definitely the best in probably decades. And this really started the quote-unquote Renaissance era of WWE when they made Roman a villain and the biggest villain in the company and made him champion back in 2020 during the pandemic. And since then, he's done a really good job of carrying the company on his back. Especially after a long time when WWE tried to force him on as the top baby face, which fans didn't like. WWE just kind of forcing Roman Reigns down everyone's throat, and it kind of backfired to where the fans kind of turned on him. But since he's been a villain, his work on the mic has been so much better than before, and the fans have kind of fallen in love with his character. And of course, we had The Rock, who came back about a couple months ago. I think at this point, I kind of forget it. I think it was in February. But yeah, first he came. We get The Rock. He was supposed to challenge for Roman Reigns, and of course, the WWE fans kind of like hated that idea because they were wanting Cody Rhodes against Roman Reigns Part 2. And yeah, since then WWE kind of changed their plans, and now The Rock's been a heel, and it's been kind of, honestly, it's been some of the best character work of The Rock's entire career, not just the past 10 years, but his whole career, going back from when his first stint in WWE. But his new character, the Final Boss, has been really cool, and I'm not gonna lie. At some points, it seems like he's been taking the spotlight away from Roman. But that's another topic for another story, another time. And of course, the stipulation of this match is if the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and The Rock wins, then Cody's match against Roman on night 2 for the Undisputed Championship is going to be Bloodline rules. So no disqualification. Definitely going to be lots of interference. And yeah, in this match, I'm going with The Rock and Roman Reigns. Of course, I'm going to have The Rock come back to lose, and of course they're gonna have the Bloodline win this match to really stack the odds against Cody Rhodes for night 2. It's what they do. They want you to think that Cody's going to have no chance on Sunday, and so keep you turned in. But so yeah, Bloodline's going to win night 2 or night 1, sorry. But in night 2, Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes. I'm going with Cody Rhodes. He's going to get it done this year. I know I said that last year, but this time for sure. And even though with the Bloodline rules, I would expect I'm going to go with Cody. Of course, we're going to definitely. I expect other wrestlers that have been wronged by the Bloodline, whether it be Sammy and KO, I expect them to show up to even the odds for Cody against Roman and the Bloodline. Question though is, the question is who else is going to show up. I know it's been rumored that John Cena, Undertaker, and Stone Cold are going to be there. They're probably going to do a little opening to kick off the show, I expect. But I really will look forward to seeing Cena and Stone Cold, help Cody at the end. I mean, we're talking about a storyline that's gone on for close to 4 years. This is basically going to be the end game for, WWE. So I want all sorts of crazy things at the end of this show to see Cody prevail against Roman. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. Let me know if you're planning on tuning in or what you think's going to happen this weekend.